Hello everyone and welcome to EU3 and Cost Test of Speed. I'm here with Matty tonight and we are gonna go for a run around Imola. Uh,
Yeah, we are approaching the second half of the season. Good everybody, welcome to Imola. Uh, we are in fact in the Emilia-Romagna region of Italy, not so far away from Bologna, around a very famous old school circuit that we have on the calendar this evening for what I believe, Hako, is round 9 of the EU3 Championship.
yes, it is indeed. Um, and I actually haven't looked at the standings, but I do think there's a title fight. I mean, Almanac, is he racing tonight? Yes, he is. Almanac has been very unlucky last few races. Um, so he has had some very poor luck. Uh, and he has lost quite a few points in the championship.
Yeah, everybody is pretty much here. I have a feeling we're going to have a lobby issue again this week.
Yes.
In fact, I'm having to invite limits again. Does concern me.
Yeah, I mean it's always when limits leaves the lobby ends up having a minor moment.
Yeah.
Um,
We have a full grid of 20. We'll get through the lists of changes now for you. We'll do the easy ones of limits and not RAS are in the Haas and McLaren respectively. That's replacing Limits is replacing Molliers in the Haas. RAS is replacing Yeatmix in the McLaren. The difficult changes, Charlie's come up from EU4 to reserve in EU3, and he's swapped constructors into the Aston Martin. And the easy one is Nasula. He's jumped from the EU4 Alfa Romeo into the EU3 Alfa Romeo, replacing Wisey Boy. Is your full complement of drivers for round 9 of a championship.
yeah, and these EU4 reserves, they're not bad. I mean, they're really fighting for it in the EU4 championship. It's very close between them all.
Nasula is definitely one of those that we're looking to probably move up as soon as we can. Been very impressive since he's returned, and probably more than capable to be in EU3. Differences, yes, EU4 guys have come up and been quicker than some of the EU3 guys, but it's that race craft and race pace. Where some of the EU3 guys still edge them, I feel, a little bit in that respect.
Yes, it is. I mean, a lot of the racecraft and stuff comes down to experience, and they will gain that as they continue racing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and you can already tell that some of these guys have improved massively over the season. I mean, if you look at Caxel, he's now on provisional pole. He used to be just like in the midfield, and now he's a front runner.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the good thing about quite a long season. You see these drivers improving quite a bit throughout the entire season.
Yeah, we do, which does also mean somebody has to finish last, and that's the very difficult thing about most of these tiers is that when people be like, "Oh, I don't think I'm good enough for this tier," but it's like everybody, someone's going to have to finish last at some point. As Nasuri does a 14.8, I'm probably going to guess we're going to see times Hako into the low 14s this evening. I reckon a 14 flat or 1 could be on pole. There's some guys really putting some good solid laps in at the moment in terms of their practice, as you alluded to. Is
Yes,
there
indeed.
any other things that we need to mention? Nobody yet. on any kind of ban or quali ban, which is
I
very
mean,
good.
when you think about how many incidents there were last race, I mean, I'm surprised that we haven't seen a quali ban. But I mean, that means that the incidents that are there aren't that severe, which is a good thing.
Yeah, stewards are. I had word from the stewards. I've spoken to them. They are being lenient in some cases because they want to promote racing. However, essentially, don't take the piss as these guys through. So you'll see a lot more 1 and 3s and 1 and 5 penalties rather than the big 2 and 10s and 3 and 15s, etc., etc. So obviously, if something is terrible, then it will be judged terribly. But
Yes,
we're
indeed.
trying to promote good racing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that's the difficult thing about being a steward. You have to not be too harsh, but you can't really be too lenient as well. Um, so that's quite difficult. But I am following Charlie around, and he's 4 tenths down compared to what Jaren did in the Red Bull. So that's a really good first sector by the Red Bull. So that might allude to some quite decent top speed as well.
Yeah, yeah, Jaren is back in the fold. Salmon's back. Not raced for a few weeks, so good to see back. But it'll probably be towards the rear end of the grid. He already knows that already, having not raced for a little while. But yeah, good to see some guys back. E3 is just developing into a nice little tier here
Yes, it is.
at the moment.
I mean,
At the moment, qualifying is proving that.
yeah, it's quite close when you watch. I mean, we have Rob doing a poor lap, but I mean, he's always been struggling in qualifying. That we know of. That both Williams cars struggling in qualifying, but they're massively better in the races. So that's good to see.
Yeah, you can't win points for qualifying, but you can win points in the race. So, however, it can all be lost from personal experience. It can all be lost from further back if you qualify poorly, especially in a tier that's very close and competitive. I want to go on board with somebody, hopefully as a second run at some point, as we've got 9 minutes and 50 seconds left of the session.
Yes.
Our championship leader, Lewis, is just about to put his first lap on the board. Coming up to the final chicane on the lap, which, if you tack this really well, it feels amazing going through those two corners.
Yeah.
Before heading down to the double left-hander towards the end of the lap. Let's see where he goes. Looks a little bit untidy and not his best work, but there'll be room for improvement. 15.4. Quite a bit down there. Stelcho's not on a lap. Dan is probably just coasting round.
Sure.
As usual. Yeah, he said he doesn't really want to qualify near the front to avoid any carnage. Yeah, that's definitely some kind of race run there. Griffin is up a little bit, but he's going to bail out. How's not Ras and Limits doing?
Nisula is starting his second lap.
Masuda is starting his second lap.
So
Cool. Let's go on board with Nasuda then, as we head down into turn 1 towards Tamburello. Variante Tamburello, turn 2, 3 and 4. Variante Villeneuve of 5 and 6 before Tozer of 7. wait to put the power down on exit. Can get very squirrely. That's turn 8, this little kink on the right. Turn 9 is Piratella, which is very easy to run wide, which she has done. And will back out. I'm waiting for somebody to do so I can do a full lap with them.
Yes, I mean he touched the grass on the right hand side going into the corner, so he understeered completely off after getting grass on the tire. Um, and it makes sense. And I've just seen that Russ as well go off track. My fellow Dane, uh, he is struggling a bit in a few corners, but I know that he has got the pace. He was doing decently in Miami last time around for his first running in the league. And we have Griffin back in the lobby. And we have Salmon cutting the corner.
We do.
Yeah, unfortunate. We do have Munch on a lap.
Monch is on a lap. I've got to find him.
Yeah,
He is.
that.
Heading down to Aqua Mirala.
Yes, that car looks like he's struggling a bit with. Just look like he doesn't have the confidence in the turn in.
Rear end stability. We said this last week about some people's setups in this tier. Well, a few guys have what I would say is more time trial setups and not really focusing on stability of the car and longevity, and therefore we're struggling a little bit on the tyre front. He will finish a lap. Oh, and he's cut the inside to finish the lap off. That was not very clever.
No, it
if
was
I'm
not.
being honest. If I'm being brutally honest.
But Nisula is on a lap, and he is 2/10 up on this lap.
2 temps up.
So he will be heading into the last 2 corners, or not really. You have a right hander as well on the straight, but after that, now you're gonna go out to the straight. You're gonna open the DRS up, and you're gonna take a tight line to minimize. And it is gonna be a 14.5 by Nisula.
Cool. I'm going to go on board with Nico then, as he's going to start his flying lap. Got promoted from EU4 into EU3. He's now a permanent resident inside the Red Bull. We're going to try again as we head down to Tamburello, turn 2, 3 and 4. Opening up the throttle before we shift into Variante Vilna. 5, 6, couple of shifts down to get that car rotation in before we head into Toza, the left-hander. We are 10th up at the moment, and a relatively quick, clear track in front of us. Piratella, top of the hill, and we'll try not to run wide here. Through turn 10, Aqua Minerale of 11. And then we've got 12 here and 13. That wasn't badly done, to be fair. Heading up to Variante Outer. Try and take as much curb on both sides as possible. That was pretty swift through there. Heading to 16. And then the kink right here of 17. Into Ravazza, turn 18 and 19. Again, can probably run that a little bit more wider to keep the speed. DRS for the little stint across the line, and he does a 14.895.
That is
your lap round.
not a bad run.
Imola.
And Race is on a lap as well. 1/10 up at the moment. Will this be... Oh, he's invalidated. Just noticed. Yeah, I mean, that's a common occurrence around here. It's quite easy to invalidate in some corners when you're pushing the limits. And I think Nico might made it back to the pits and be able to put on a new set of tires. There was quite a bit of time in that first sector. Went really wide into Villeneuve. Lost a lot of time on the exit there. Must have been at least 2/10 from what I can tell, but those 2/10 might be able to help him towards his run for pole position. If he will go out again, of course. That is a good question.
That's going to be really tight to get that car in and out in under 40 seconds, which you'll probably need to make it round the lap.
Yes, indeed. So we have Ty. No, he is not on a lap, I think. No. He has abandoned this lap. So we have quite a few cars coming out of the pits now. And they will all be gunning for that pole position. Track position is key around Imola. And we will probably see a few safety cars as well, as the walls are quite close in some places.
Although we did see a crash last night out of the last corner that didn't bring out a safety car, which was interesting to say the least.
Oh, Ty has absolutely run wide going on to his lap now. So he will try and improve. But there's a lot of traffic in the way.
So much traffic, yeah. Just saw that. I think they managed to get out of the way. There's a couple of guys here leaving it down to a one-shot quality, and there's a lot of pressure on. Andre's one, Stelcho's another. You're looking down at Williams to try and improve here as well. Charlie needs to have an improvement to get himself towards the top half of the grid. Currently doing that, being 3 attempts up through the first sector. We'll see what he's like through the back end screwing. That's going to lost a tenth and a half at least. And Charlie, yeah, he's lost. Andre's Andre's retired. There's a McLaren coming through as well. And that's Stelcho pushing the limits. And a 14.7 left it late.
Oh! He's gone straight on.
That's gone straight on. I didn't see that.
Surprising. Isaac and Goran really close to each other on this run.
They're both on a lap.
Yeah, Isaac will get
both on a lap, and
Goran's
improving as well, so I haven't quite got that right. Lanky's going to put a lot of time on the board. Yeah, 7/10 improvement for Lanky.
Oh, America's spun. And that was Goran.
Jaren's retired. Tamburello.
Yeah, could have been a spin. Isaac is now heading down towards... Oh, and not Russ in the McLaren had crashed on the exit of a difficult left-hander. Isaac up to the line. It is an improvement, but it is a very minor improvement.
Salmon's validated. Griffin is improving a little bit, but not much. Lewis is a 10th and a bit up as well. So there is time being found out there. Not going to challenge the pole time at the moment, but definitely the driver's going to make a couple of paces up if they get it right. Lewis has a 15.1, so he jumps 4 positions there, from 13th to 9th. And Mons comes in and puts a lap time in 14th. And I think
that is qualifying done.
That is because Charlie and Stelcho did their laps earlier.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I mean, Nisula looked impressive throughout the entire quali. Quite a bit ahead of everyone in quali pace, but when it is in the race, it might be a different story. Some drivers are really quick on one lap, and some drivers struggle when it comes to race pace. So you never know. before you get into the actual action. And Almanac is in P5, so he's trying to defend Elite in the championship.
Yes.
So we do have Isula on pole position for tonight's race around Imola. And then Stelshow lines up in P2 with 14.7. Nico in P3. Griffin P4 with a good lap at the end. Almanac P5. Jaron in P6 after not improving after his second run. Caxel slots in at P7, so good positions by both Alpha Tauris. Isaac in P8 after getting a slipstream by his teammate. Racer in P9. Salmon in P10, good return for Salmon tonight after not racing for a few nights. Not Ross in P11, then it's Charlie, Goran, Munch, Lanky, Limits, Ty, Rob, Dan, and Andre at the back.
It is indeed. Oh, slight change in the weather. We've gone from bright sunshine here in Italy to overcast conditions. Does that mean rain? I highly doubt it.
I hope so. Then it's not only EU2 who gets the curse.
Yes, it's not EU2. Yes, I like your thinking. Yes, hopefully it isn't. So that it's just EU2 tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see and find out. And we'll see if there's any green tyres that are going to be used this evening.
I mean, Imola is quite a good track in the wet. It's not the most difficult track in the wet. It's more likely you don't have as much grip as you would expect, but it's always like that in the wet. So I mean, it's a good race to watch because you can overtake, but we do have the lights on now, and it is 5 lights on, and we are waiting for them to go on. We are
Away we go.
And Nisuda gets a decent start here, and we do have a fight for P2. Oh, big crash!
Odds and limits and something else.
And that's a
Yellow
massive
flag.
crash.
That looks to be a VSC, so everybody's slowing down horrendously and trying to not get in the wrong places. That's a terrible time to have a VSC. We now have a full safety car. Hako, I'm glad I didn't say it because I would have spoken too soon. I was about to say, oh look, no safety car glitch this week. It doesn't matter. We've got one anyway.
Yeah, even on the straight they couldn't keep it.
No, well, we've seen that kind of crash here before. Even in real F1, Valtteri Bottas and George Russell.
Yeah, I mean,
was very awkward.
It's I mean, it is turning, so someone might have turned a bit too much and then hit someone.
What happened here? Limits was on the soft tyre, Monts was on the medium. They have been pretty boring on the tyre front, I'm afraid. Almanac is on the hards. Everybody else from 1st down to 15th is on the medium. Rob, Dan and Andre all on the hard tyre at the back of the grid.
Yeah. I mean, those 3 at the back, they might as well pit and get some medium tyres on because then they will be able to do a medium, which is a good start. Jaron is in to the pits. There might be damage to the Red Bull.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's something else. Dan has come in, and maybe he's heard your strategy.
It is damage to the Red Bull. So Dan is also in.
He's heard you.
He has done it. What a great call. I should be a race engineer.
You should.
Yeah, I mean, when you're at the pack anyway, it just puts you in a better position, doesn't it? To get some different tires on, and you also have the hards then for later use. 2 guys out at not even at turn 1. So that is unfortunate. So now we do have Jaren on the hard tires and Dan on the mediums. So they have switched around, and we have the same amount on the medium and the hards as we did at the start. So quite a difficult one to predict now, because some people might be burning the tires on the safety cars, some people won't. As I saw, Ty was warming up his tires by going side to side. That will wear your tires, and you will hit the first phase quicker. So it's all about staying calm until you have to get running again. So while we are here, we can take a look at who gained the most from that. And I can tell that it is Razor who has gained the most, because he's up into P6 now after starting P9. Rob and Ty also gaining positions because of an unscheduled pit stop from the Red Bull. And to DNFs, we then have Charlie moving up 3 positions as well. Griffin moving down 4 positions. That's a shocking start from the Alpine driver, but he will try and move up again further down.
Yeah, so with that knowledge that we have, yeah, so Amax made actually a good start then, gaining that position from Griffin. Have the guys swap back? Yeah, they did swap back on tyres. Dan's back on those hard tyres, so he's not listening to you.
Oh. He might just try and go to the end.
JRN has not done the same thing. Andre's come in for some mediums. And Dan's gone back in. Safety car is in this lap. We will go again. It'll be the question of when is Nasula going to go. That's quite late. Doesn't really give him much room to wiggle about there. Slipstream really powerful down into turn 1, and he's gone early. It's okay. That's all I would say on the issue. That it's an okay restart because of the slipstream. Nico is trying to clamber all over the back of the McLaren as we head down into turn 1.
Oh,
the McLaren still chose run deep. Out of shape. I think they've just about got away with it, but there was a gap between Almanac and Caxel. It's now not there anymore because of that, and the gap is now out front. Nasuda is ahead. Goran and Salmon going side by side through turn 7. We basically just about keep in a straight line on that front. And so far, so good as we are on lap number 4.
Yes, indeed. I mean, Stelzio has to catch up to Nisula now after. I think he missed his braking point a slightly bit, and then also didn't have the perfect line through turn 1 because he was trying to attack. So he will try and catch up again, but we know Stelzio does have the pace in the race. Does he have the fortune though? Later down the line. Nico looks really quick on a straight line, so he might become dangerous later on in the race. You will be able to save more battery, and therefore you will have more pace. Caxel catching up to his teammate now again, and we do have a fight between Ty and Lanky. Onto the straight, the Williams and the Ferrari go. It's almost like it's the 1900s.
Yeah, on we go again. Nothing's really happened. JRN close to Rob. Back there in P15 and 16. As JRN goes down inside, Rob goes a little bit wide. JRN onto the gravel.
Yeah. Still
Heading
side
to
by
Tozer.
side.
Oh,
Oh,
Rob's dropped the back end.
yeah, slight error from Rob, but he just has to latch on to the straight. He is on the hard tires. His race will come later on down the line. Nico has almost been dropped by Stelzio.
And I think Rob's lost another position. Yeah, he has.
Yes, indeed. So Stelzio has been gapped by Nisula. Now, I think Nisula might have used quite a bit of battery to gain that advantage, or it might have been a mistake by Stelzio.
Caxel's already picked a penalty, and we've only had 3 laps of racing, so that's not a good sign if this carries on that rate for the rest of the race. AlphaTauri currently lining 4th and 5th.
Yeah, that's great by the AlphaTauri boys. They will try and see if they can get race out of the DRS and therefore just move along. And Isaac is really close to the Ferrari. He will try and make a move if he does get out of DS, and Griffin's gone really wide down into Akram and Rowley. Salmon got a penalty as well. Not what you want this early in the race. Not Russ going on the outside into the chicane.
So it's
Ooh,
going to end not particularly very well.
Got the position, but DRS is enabled, so someone might just get straight past again. We then have Lanky on the back of Ty, trying to get past and move up again.
Yeah, the man with the dodgy hand is currently 2.1 seconds in the lead. Stating another statement why probably should be in. Going to be eased. Oh, Lanky's on the grass. That was a bit scary. I just caught the end of that as I was scrolling through to see who's close and who wasn't. Yeah, Nasuda putting a statement a bit here at the moment in the early stages, but we'll have to go on to the hard tyre towards the end. We'll never know. Dan is through on JRN, down in 16th of the hard runners at the back of the field.
Yeah, those hards doesn't
Is
look
that?
like they're working too well for now.
Sorry, I've had a look. There's a flashing red light on a. It is a flashing red light on the hat. Andre's already burnt all his battery.
That's early.
There's some dodgy battery usage as I'm scrolling through this field, mainly from 10th downwards. Or sorry, 9th downwards, where it's getting a bit dodgy.
Yeah, I think they might have used it all to try and attack, and they've therefore lost the battery. They therefore lost the DS as well with all the fighting that's gone on. When you lose the group, you lose a lot of time. And we have a move between the AlphaTauris. Caxel is ahead of Almanac now. Almanac is on the slower tire, and Caxel is on the faster tire, and he will try and latch on to Nico up in front. Try and move up the field as he has got a penalty. He will try and gain an advantage as much as possible. Does look really quick, Caxel, around here in the race. Almost caught up to Nico already.
Still a long way to go. There is fights up and down the field. P13 seems to be where we're going to be seeing a battle in a second. Few trains up there and a couple of guys dropping off people in front of them, which isn't ideal. I think Goran could be eyeing up a move here on Charlie this time around if he has a good exit. Isaac's lost a couple positions and got out of shape. So one Mercedes losing, the other Mercedes gaining, and that is a pretty simple move to put himself into P9 at the moment.
And we have Andre getting attacked by Dan. Dan is past the Haas car and we now have Dan up into P15.
People just got to slowly work their way through here.
Yeah, and if you look at Kex now, look at how close he is to the back of that Red Bull, and Almanac is slowly being dropped out if they keep this pace up, but I don't think they will.
No, I don't think they will. Dan tried to go for a move there as we just watched through down the inside of Tozer. On the Williams back end of Andre steps out there in the background. You saw that on stream. And this is all getting a little bit feisty. However, Lanky's pace is pretty good to that of Not Rass's. The gap is now down below 2 seconds. It was 2.7.
Oh, and Jaron
couple
going
laps
off
ago.
track. Yeah, and look at that. Dan is trying around the outside into the last section of the track. Usually
No, but he's
don't
trying
see
to
a move there.
compromise him so he gets a better run through the last corner.
Oh,
And he will
Charlie's
do,
in
'cause
the
he's got-
pits.
He's got the advantage of Ty, seeing that red light of Ty. He's going to go for a double move on Lanky.
Great
Down
move.
the inside, Lanky possibly loses 2 places here in one straight. He does. Jaren goes off in the turbulent air. And on next up the road is Salmon, and Dan's already got it down under a second already.
Yeah, I mean, not Ras and Salmon fighting a bit, going through not Toze, but Tom Barreto. And not Ras is now putting on a bit of a gap on the Alpine. And he's gotten a 3-second time penalty.
That's why he's able to put a
Oh,
gap on
and
him.
so have Ty. So
We got very close yesterday in EU4 to penalty bingo. We were 4 cars away, I believe, at one point from getting penalties. If it was less than that, I have been mistaken, but I feel this could be the same again for EU3. Caxel is going to go.
yes, he's gonna try double move, but it doesn't work out.
Salmon's just picked up a penalty for entering the pits. That is not ideal.
Lanky getting ahead of Ty again, and
Oh! Almanac down the inside of Stelcho, saw him coming. Oh, he's gone with the switchback, has he? No, he's not.
no.
No, I didn't think he was going to try it. That was brave. Oh, as the McLaren gets a bit twitchy there out of Piratella.
Yeah, a lot of fights all over the field actually. I think all this fighting have helped Nisula build quite a bit of a gap, if I'm gonna be honest. And
It's comfortable, but he's also burnt about the same level of battery to the guys behind. So, a
and
safety car. Nisula pits. What is that for? It's because Charlie's dropped it
yeah,
on cold tyres.
yeah, everyone pitting. Almanac will be held in the pits. Oh, Corin not on the safety car, bro. He will be held as well.
Everybody's held. You say that.
Oh, and Ty.
Somebody's been brave.
Dan Robbo.
Well, he's on the hard tyres, and Jaren's done the same thing. Jaren's been brave as well. So let's see, shall we?
Let them cook. Everyone else is pitting.
Because on a technicality, these two don't actually have to stop again.
Yeah, and then again, but you do lose a lot of time when you are on older tires around Imola. So that is a thing you have to watch out for. Charlie retired in the pits. Don't know what for.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he's caught a safety car and he's still in the lead lap, so I'm not angry, just disappointed.
Or he might have just been kicked and therefore his car is retired. Never know with this game.
I love this game.
can't wait for F124.
To be just as stinky. What?
Hopefully. Then, because then we don't get hope for the next game as well. But we do have the field close together again. Hopefully, Nasuda won't have an easy time to get around Darren and Dan. Or we at least will have Nico and Kaxel and Stelshow move on with them.
So everybody's paired. Guess what, guys? Everybody's pretty much on the hard tire. Almanac is on the medium, which he kind of was forced to have to do. He was in the same situation what Dan and Jaren are. Rob was in the same situation, and he's coming in on the medium tire. Other than that, everybody is on the hard tire. So 15 drivers on the hards, 2 guys on the mediums.
Yeah, I mean, the hard tire isn't a bad tire around here. We saw that Almanac could easily keep up with the guys in front, but it's all about to put the tires to use when you have the advantage. And you will only have the advantage later on in the race, so you have
Elite
to.
is absolutely spot on, Hako. Sorry to interrupting you here. This proved what kind of driver Nasuda is now. He has got to defend from people that are now not attacking each other. He's also got to pass 2 guys that are on older tyres, and so will have to be probably a bit more patient. However, patience and EU4 and EU3 don't mix particularly very well. So this could get very messy.
Definitely could.
So Dan and Jaren on the hard tyre, 11 laps old. Everybody else, other than Almanac and Rob, are on the hard tyre, which are pretty not 1 lap old. Almanac and Rob are on the medium tyre, which everybody from 3rd down came in to pit under the safety car. Whilst we wait for Dan, who's got a bit more room this time compared to Nasuda, who had a really constricted restart. Dan is going to mid-weave and do his usual thing, and he's gone incredibly early. And I would say he's done better than Nasuda by a 10th and a half. So it's down the Jaren. We're going to see Nasuda come charging through as well. Batteries are being burnt, which is fantastic. Jaren's going to hold on to the place for a little bit longer. There's a gap of a second already down to Kaxel, who must have been sleeping on that restart.
Definitely. Nasuda not getting past for now, and this is good for everyone else behind who got caught lacking a bit.
It's me. It's Red Bull versus Alfa Romeo, and Nico's through.
Oh, and Kaxel is through. No, is he? Side by side, and he has pushed him off track.
That didn't look particularly very well. Oh, there it is. There's the front wing. I was going to say it didn't particularly well, and Jaren's been a victim of it. I think that's particularly harsh there. Oh, he's going to have to be careful on the way down. So Nico's behind Dan, who's, well, it'll be a sitting duck, but we'll have to wait and see if people can get past him. But most importantly, Nasuda put under a bit of pressure. Hako lost 2 places to people he's going to be racing till the end for. Dan is going to burn, and he'll force Nico to go the long way round the best he can.
Oh!
Nico's gone off. Dan with the switchback underneath, and Nico has lost that position. Kaxel is now over the back of that
3 positions. No, 4. No, 3. Am I dumb?
I'll tell you what. That rear of that Alfa Romeo is being tested, to say the very least.
Yes, indeed.
boys, you need to settle down because this is going to get a bit tasty through turn 9 of Piratella. They all run wide. All over the back. Surprised nobody's come into contact there. Caxel picks up a penalty. Look at the train. Look at the carnage.
So many cars fighting. Almanac.
On the medium tyre.
Nico's lost out massively by trying that move around the outside.
Oh, Caxel's short himself up a little bit there by going for a half move. And we go again.
Oh, and this time around. Yeah. No way to defend that.
Well, he's giving it a go. The good news if he can stay behind. Oh, he's run deep into turn 1. I was about to say if he can stay behind them, it'd be alright. Oh, we're going to be 3 or 4 wide here. This could get a bit hasty.
Oh, yeah.
I was not wrong.
That is to be expected when you go 3 wide into that corner. Almanac losing out massively. And now we have Stelcio behind Dan. Dan has to defend for his teammate here, so they can't get caught up. And Nisula has made a mistake.
Yeah, he has. He's outside the 1 second. If Dan could kept it behind Caxel there and not run deep into turn 1, he probably would have been alright to try and fight back. But he's now out of DRS. It's going to be a lot difficult, and he's probably going to lose 2 places. Lewis got squeezed onto the grass on the outside of 17.
Yeah, you won't never really get. You wouldn't really get space there when you have to set up for the next corner. But Stelcio doesn't really fight it too much on the straight.
They've held each other up so much there that Dan didn't have any DRS.
Oh, Nico has had a spin.
That didn't look good. Dan didn't have any DRS or used any ERS and still stayed ahead of them.
That's a bit.
And he probably.
Oh, Almanac on the inside of Goran.
That's brave. There's not much grip down in that part of the corner.
Yeah, you will pick up the marbles, and the marbles will. They will make you struggle quite a bit. But Almanac is putting on the pressure. He wants to gain those positions back he lost after that free wide moment into World Nerve.
He's going to be pretty annoyed.
Yeah, but if you look at the pace of Caxel, he's doing really well right now.
This is what we said though. The guys at the front were matching what Nisula were doing, and were fighting, and were using the same levels of ERS. So I wouldn't say it's too horrendous. I think Dan's going to lose a place here to Chess Lewis because he's still got 8 tenths gap to Stelcio.
Yeah.
Well, he's had a quiet race so far, Hacko. Let's see what the Ferrari can do. Not mentioned much about the championship leader so far.
No, you have not. But he has just stayed quiet. I mean, he's not done anything stupid or whatsoever. He's just been doing his own race. And that does help his chances of just gaining position slowly. Dan is struggling a bit. Griffin is trying to make a move on Stelcio. The McLaren struggling quite a bit for now.
Yeah, rear instability of the McLaren doesn't look particularly great. Oh, Lewis picked up 3 seconds. That is suboptimal.
It is indeed.
Nisula's made a big mistake.
Griffin's got a penalty.
Yeah, he's got a penalty. Was Variante outer? Yeah. Got on the curb, ran wide, probably picked up a warning and got on the curb. So he's lost 7 tenths of a second through that mistake. Next person to pass down on the train, we'll have to wait and see. They're not close enough as of yet.
Yeah, I mean, they have to burn. They have to get past Stan because he's on very old tires and he's gonna struggle.
Oh, and there's the mistake from Stelcher running deep, and that's giving Dan
Oh!
some respite because Griffin's going to be over the back.
Oh!
Oh! And it's a safety car!
Yay!
If I'm being honest, Hacko, I saw that crash coming from turn 2.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was fighting so much. I mean, you're always gonna get that crash when everyone is that close together. That is bad news for Kaxo though. He was doing quite well. He was building a gap. I'm surprised he didn't lose his wheel there, Almanac. That AlphaTauri must be built out of titanium. I would expect everyone to head into the pits for new mediums. We see Kaxel jumping, Nisula, Racer. Will he jump in as well? Yes, he will. Well, Dan, yes. Stelcho. No, Stelcho stays out. Griffin is in. Oh, someone's lost the wing in the pits. Is that Griffin? I think it is. And Dan will be held tiny bit. Oh, and he's got to take a new front wing. I think it was Dan who got the damage. Yes, it is indeed. He has lost a lot of positions.
So he's gone from 4th to possibly getting away with having a safety car, and he's now in P11.
Yeah, quite a few people staying out, trying to just get some track position.
I'm currently not on the stream page, so I don't know if you got the tyre graphic up, but somebody's been different.
Oh, Racer is on the soft tire.
Someone has been very different.
That tire's gonna die, but if you can make them work and get the track position, and just be in P2 or whatever, get the DRS, get that easy 5/10 or whatever you get by the DRS and slipstream around here. I mean, it could be a viable strategy. But they will definitely die. So I think Racer might be yeah. I mean, those tires are gonna die at the end.
Not gonna be very.
But you will have a big advantage at the start, and I think Race is just looking to try and build a gap. As Rapanda is saying, it is doable, but he will struggle quite a bit around lap 30 or so. He will hit the first tire phase, and you will notice the loss of grip as soon as he does.
Yeah, what's happening at the moment? Who's doing what? I'm trying to read through everybody's comments.
Yeah.
Elite doesn't think it's going to be a good idea. Almanac's had 2 horrible incidents today.
Yeah, he hasn't been the luckiest, has he? But he does not have 3 seconds as of yet. I mean, Ty's got 8 seconds.
D Summers wasn't a fan of Dan's restart there. The first time. Apparently it was very slow. Hey, if you're in the lead, you're entitled to do so. As long as it's consistent and not stop, start, stop, start.
Yeah, and it's not too slow. I mean,
No,
you can't be too slow.
As you were with the penalty, sir, there is a few to keep a track of.
Yeah, I mean, and warnings is a different question, right? Because some
I'm scared about pressing the pause button and get stuck like we did the other week.
We don't want that again.
No.
but it will be still showing this restart. Will we? It is a slow restart again, but this time it is still showing the lead. No penalties for him, which is good. Puts him in a good position for now, and that's a great restart. He's got Lanky behind. Lanky, ooh, he's burning.
Oh, somebody's in trouble here, and I think it's Nico. He's got 4 cars really, really close to him. They're all burning their batteries as we make a run down into turn 1. We could see... Oh, Alpha Tauri, and around the outside and then switch back underneath. This is what he does on those soft tyres. Trying to go around the outside, holds it round the outside, and Nico, what a move, what a restart for the Ferrari. Needs to make advantage of these soft tyres for the first few laps.
Yeah, and you can already see Caxel is putting on pressure on that Red Bull, and he's getting no space whatsoever, and he's spun around. And Stelzio's gotten a penalty, and so has someone else. I didn't see who.
Whoa, Griffin and Nisula! Spinning across Aqua Minerale.
And races already into P3 on those soft tyres.
He knows he's got to make a move if he's going to try and at least try and win this thing. Well, that was very chaotic.
Yeah, what a chaotic
Nisula's gone again.
Yeah.
We're going to see him move for the lead.
We will see him move for the lead. Those soft tyres are so much superior compared to the hards on Stelzio's car. Those are old hard tyres by 10 laps or so. So you can see the difference in grip. Look at this.
Look at
he's
the grip.
setting up the switchback. He's going to go for the inside into Villeneuve. No, he backs out. He is playing it smart for now.
Set him up for Toza.
Yeah, look at the grip on the outside. He will have the grip to brake late. Take it around the outside. Oh, a loss of traction though. And he's a bit stuck behind Stelzio through this lap.
Well, yeah, if I'm being honest, Isaac's the one he's got to keep an eye on. He's the one that's on the lead. He's the lead medium runner. As they all concertina up because they're stuck behind Nico on those hard tyres. So roles have reversed a little bit. We saw this when Dan and JRN were on the hards earlier. How a restart's really difficult. Griffin. Oh, there's a safety car because there's a lot of damage. I don't know who that is from. There's a bit of front wing missing from somewhere. It is the McLaren of Not Ras. Be interesting to see if anybody now comes into the pit onto the soft tyre.
Yeah, I mean, softs now is the right call, but you have Andre staying out. Go on. Dan staying out.
Dan staying out as well.
Jaron staying out.
And Griffin. There's a few, actually. Oh, this is going to be exciting. Split. We've got a split.
Oh, Andres.
What?
Annoying yellow flag. I think he's past the safety car.
Did he pass the safety car? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God. I mean, I've done it myself. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, never around Imola. Let's get the tires up for you guys in the chat. Top 5 is on mediums. Celsius on new mediums. That could work out for him if he can get past the guys ahead quite quickly, because he will have the advantage after 4 laps or so. So if he can keep it on track and stay ahead of Racer and company behind, he's in a good position. But so is Nico and Isaac. Look at that, no penalties for them on soft tires.
Yeah, who's not got penalties? So Dan's in the lead. Got no penalties. Jared, Lewis, Nico and Isaac, as you said, got no penalties. Everybody else has got a penalty.
Yeah, Goran, Rob, and Nisula without penalties as well. I mean, if Rob just keeps this up, he might even get a point.
He's going to have to do a lot of work to get high up, but yeah, she said could get some points. Interestingly, everybody went to the softs. Stelcho was the only one that went to a brand new set of mediums there for the last little bit, so that's an interesting take on things.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad strategy call from Stelcho. He likes to push on the tires, and you can tell at the end of his tire stint, at the end of his stints, that the tires are done. So if he wants to just push flat out, it's not a bad call.
We'll see what happens, because I think the safety car will come in at the end of this lap. That will leave us with 7 laps remaining, everybody. Strap yourselves in. Make sure you got a snack and something to drink, because I have a feeling we've seen chaos. It could be carnage.
It definitely
next on
could.
The scale. The lights go out on that safety car. Dan will lead a restart once again.
And it is going to be a slow restart.
Yeah. It's we've had 3 restarts, 2 Alfa Romeo restarts, and a McLaren restart so far. Dan is just
being a snail.
Yes, well, he did. He's got to wait for the safety car to go in, doesn't he? So he's gonna be as annoying as possible.
Yeah, he will probably go now at the end of this corner.
I don't think he will.
No. Oh, he's being annoying. He's still waiting, and he's still waiting, and he's still waiting. Now he goes. Oh, and someone's lost a wing behind.
Yep.
I don't know who it was.
No, and that'll be Nico or somebody like that. Or Ty, I think.
I think it is Ty. He's heading into the pits. Griffin is trying to move around the outside into turn 1. It does work for him. Caxel is in P4. Stelcho he's picked up a penalty. He's on fresh tires. Racer and him, they are going at it for now. Nico's gotten a penalty. So he needs to get past as well. Yeah,
There's his advantage gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Dan's doing a good job out in the lead. Caxel and Griffin side by side. A bit wide for Griffin.
There were some shoulders out there. Bit of elbows.
Bit of hard racing, as my audio keeps cutting out. Isaac very close to the back, and Lanky trying.
JRN's just gone so wide out of the chicane. Almanac's picked up another penalty, so his day continues to get worse. Stelcho down the inside of Griffin.
Yeah, on fresher tires, you would be able to tell the difference, even though it is minor.
It is. Dan's nearly eked out a second to JRN. And, well, we haven't seen it yet, Hako, but all the soft runners haven't eked into the mediums yet.
Yeah, I mean, Racer got held off by Stelcho by some great defending.
Oh, Almanac, Jaren and Caxel.
Yeah, Caxel likes to go for the overtake up here, but you can't really just send it. Oh,
no,
and he's
JRN
so
is... I'll tell you what, if JRN keeps this up, Dan's going to have to send him a postcard. Oh, Stelcho's run deep. That's a big mistake. And Lewis is through, so the first soft runner's passed.
Yeah, that's a big mistake by Stelcho. and you will see him being eaten alive by the soft runners behind now as well.
Oh, he didn't need to do it. He had to drive perfectly to make the strategy work.
Jaren,
Jaren's picked up a penalty.
I mean, he likes
12
his
seconds
penalties.
he's on Kako.
That is massive.
That is massive.
And we have one big train down to P15 almost.
Caxel's trying to get past. Oh, Jaren holding up a stern defence.
Yeah, he is flashing though, and that red light will cost quite a bit of time down the inside. Caxel will go,
brave.
and that's a brave move, and it's a good move. And even Griffin gets past, and now Racer is past, and Racer will go down the inside. Maybe no, he will not. He stays behind for now. He is on soft tires. He will have quite a bit of an advantage.
Treacherous times for our championship leader, having to pick his way through. Currently in 4th place. Penalties will have a say in who wins this race. Almanac down the inside. We've got 2 or 3 wide. Go for Aqua Minerale. It's just not possible through there.
It is not. Nico is past Jaren, and Stelzio is past Jaren as well. So he's losing out a lot now. I don't think those mediums are much good on that repo anymore. Nisula is fighting. It is 3 wide. Almost going down into here. No, it is not. They get in line, but it is still side by side with Nisula and Disarmin. Nisula pushing him wide. That's not what you want to see.
Oh, someone's in. Jaren's in. Isaac up to 7th. We've got a move for P2. No, we haven't. Contact between the two. Lewis finds his way through. The soft runners are through. They've escaped. The medium runners have handed it to them.
Yeah, Stelzio is trying to get past as well. Oh, Lanky's out.
Tired.
That's in the pits.
Hacko.
Yeah.
The carnage has left something out front. I now don't want to talk about it.
It is a big gap.
It is a big gap. I don't want to talk about it. You may have to do it for me.
Yes.
For personal reasons. However, Isaac is... I tell you what, though. We could see a surprise podium. Isaac, currently in P8, hasn't got a penalty. Cue the commentator's curse.
Yes, and Goran and
so far.
Notras side by side as well. Now Nisula is on the back of them, and will Notras get past?
Oh, they need to think about it.
Oh,
think about it, boys.
Nisula.
Think about it. That was not clever.
It wasn't.
Would have had them down the main straight because you had more ERS than everybody else. Oh, Deathstorm, look away now.
And
that was a retirement on track.
Yep, I saw that one.
Yep. However, Salmon and Rob are living it up. They are battling for P11 and 12, like they said they were going to do, towards the back.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys. We are keeping an eye on you guys.
Yeah, I mean, Rob, if he keeps this up, he will get a point. He has to keep it up for 3 more laps.
And you know what, Hacko? The soft tyres have tripped up over each other.
Yes, they have. I mean, all the fighting has
left and there's more. There's more. Not Rash. And I think it's... Who was that at the back? Salmon, I think.
Yeah, look at that.
This is, yeah, it's been a... They did well with the first couple of restarts. Yeah, not this one, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But, hey ho.
Hey, shit happens.
You can't say that.
It's not a swear word.
Who said it? At the moment.
Oh, Rob and Salmon. Oh my god.
And not Rash has been retired as well. Rob's killed Salmon.
I think I saw murder.
There was a murder. Isaac's still going to get P2 at the moment. If he stays where he is. He's currently half a second inside where he needs to be.
Yeah, I mean, it is a, it has been a bit of a shocking restart, hasn't it? So, oh, someone's gone deep. Oh no, still show. Oh, what is this? No.
Oh, reset to track as well.
Maybe I shouldn't commentate EU3. Stuff always happens when I'm here.
Hey, at least you're not there, tier rep.
That is true. Almanac is without a wing. He stays out. Caxel's in the pits. He's
I'll tell you what,
retired.
that's ruined it for Isaac. Isaac was going to be P2. He's not anymore. Stelcho out there without front wing. Well, we got half a lap left. Are you nothing? Get a job. God. Give you
Corin
money.
is trying to get past. Yeah. Nothing much to say anymore.
No, it's pretty difficult. So I think what it looks like is Lewis is going to hang on to a podium here because of everything that's happened.
Yeah, we do
Dad's
have a
about
battle for P2.
well, he's about to cross the line, and I don't think he envisaged this when he started the safety car restart. However, Dan has won the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix by 6.2 seconds in the end. Lewis in second, Nico in third. I think Goran's going to miss out here on the podium. Yeah, he does. Stelcho and Almanac finishes sixth or seventh. I think he'll eighth. Oh, he's going to keep going down. He gets some points, which I think he'll take after today. It's been a very stressful evening of racing. Ty is further back. Ty will carry on and like nothing has happened really, and we'll pick up 2 more points. Be interesting to see if people get that last point. I think it will happen. So I think Caxel still will get a point. But yeah.
Yeah. Great job, guys. You finished the race.
It's not quite like the Three Musketeers from the other week at Baku, but it's disappointing to go from
good race
17 or 16 to, what was it, 9?
Yeah, 9 finishes.
Yeah, that's
bit shocking, but I mean it is what it is. We can't do much about
it. I like it. I like Elite's take on it. Because Demolition Derby, 28 enter, only 9 survive. Well, we'll see what happens. Busy few days for the stewards. Lots of penalties as well, which is, well, that's just on track. There's going to be a fistful coming people's way, I feel, from the stewards room.
Yeah, so do I.
So. But look, funny enough, we've said this before this season, the 2 people that are consistent, try and stay out of trouble, and are not necessarily the quickest in this tier. Oh, look, Kako, look what happens.
Yep, you get good points.
You get good points. Dan first, Lewis second, Nico in third, Goran and Isaac fourth and fifth with no penalties. Well done, Mercedes. That is some good points coming your way. Stelcho finished with with no front wing, down in sixth. Rob finished seventh. Almanac gets some points after a very difficult race. That was just full of chaos and carnage. Ty carried on no matter what happened, bless him, and finished in ninth. We'll pick up a couple points down at Williams. Caxel has been classified as 10th. I think he will get that point under the rule, but that will have to seek clarification.
Yeah. I mean, we saw Demolition Derby.
We saw we did see the very best with Lewis's restart with the soft tyres of EU3, and the very worst at the same time. Yeah, that's what can we say really? It's captured the audience. People are talking about it, not necessarily for the wrong or right reasons, but hey, we'll see what happens. Before we get into the interviews, I'll do all the plugs and everything else now. AM3 is on in a few hours' time. They are 9 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. UK, and 3 a.m. Central European time. That all should be fixed now because of the clocks moving forwards here in the UK later than in America. So for us in the UK, it should be on in 4 hours. No, 3 hours and 41 minutes from now. If you cannot stay up for AM3, because it is a little bit too late in the night for you, you can catch up with it on Twitch and YouTube when it gets uploaded soon. If you are waiting for your next European action, you get to laugh at me and Hacko again, where you get to see EU2 race around Imola tomorrow in the rain, probably, because no one else has had rain this week. I'm sure Hacko's very excited about it raining in EU2 once again.
Yay!
But exactly. If EU3 seems to be your tier of choice for its
Demolition
various
Derby.
entertainment, its various entertainment factors, then you can tune in again next Tuesday at 9 p.m. UK. That time will not change. They will be round Portimao, so they'll be moving up and down, side to side, like a roller coaster. Because it's very hilly, that track. But yeah, should be good. Have we got people? Are we doing interviews? What are we doing here?
No, I don't think we are tonight. I think
I don't.
I think there's been enough on track talk.
Yeah, I think that was yeah. I think the race is spoken for itself. I'll go and open the E3 chat. Then yeah.
Yep. So we will see you guys next time in EU3 for another time of Demolition Derby. Come on.
Stay tuned. Goodbye.
Stay tuned. Goodbye. And if you want to see me and Magic crash out tomorrow, show up, because me and Magic do fight a bit on track, and I send him into the wall. Hopefully. Bye bye everyone. Have a great
Wow.
night. And I'll catch you guys next time.